Your hometown news on WZBJ 24 starts right now.
Something's wrong. We've seen people go out in an ambulance, covered with oxygen tubes and whatever else. And, they were scared to death.
Now at 10, Covington Middle School met with parents after students were evacuated for a strange odor in the school. We have an update on the investigation. Plus, one of our hometowns is reporting a decline in crime. We have a deeper dive from the Danville Police Department. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bradford Ambrose. Thank you for joining us. New tonight, we now know an oven is to blame for a gas leak that prompted an evacuation at an area middle school. Covington Middle School was evacuated Friday afternoon after students and staff complained about a strong odor. Several agencies, including the Virginia Department of Emergency Management, looked into it, but couldn't find the cause. Tonight, now the school officials say it was due to a natural gas-fueled oven in the school kitchen. They say it wasn't burning the gas efficiently, leading to a carbon monoxide release. In a letter to families, the superintendent says despite prior communication among school officials, carbon monoxide detectors hadn't been installed. WDBJ7 spoke to dozens of parents, students, and even some teachers who say the odor caused them to feel sick.
Multiple teachers made multiple calls throughout the day. We had teachers who were just not feeling good, headaches, getting physically sick.
I've been having headaches. I feel nauseous.
They had messaged me and said something's wrong. We've seen people go out in an ambulance, covered with oxygen tubes and whatever else. And, they were scared to death.
AHPS says detectors are being added to the school. Classes for Monday have been canceled at the middle school only. Officials say they're not sure yet when it will reopen, but an update will be sent to parents by 3 o'clock Monday afternoon. Stick with WDBJ7 for updates on this developing story. To Lynchburg tonight, a man is dead following a motorcycle crash earlier today. Lynchburg police fire responded to a little after 5 o'clock this afternoon to reports of a crash in the southbound lanes of 501 just before Ward's Road exit. Officials say the man driving the motorcycle died from his injuries. We don't know the name of the man or what led up to the crash at this time. To Danville, the city of Danville had an 8% reduction in overall major crimes last year. That's according to an annual crime report. The city reported 9 homicides and 111 aggravated assaults victims in the last year. Property crimes continue to show historic lows. Burglaries dropped from 98 in 2023 to 92, with 52% of 2024's cases being cleared by an arrest. In terms of comparison to the national averages by the FBI in 2023, the department's solve rates far exceed those averages. To D.C. now, the family members of the victims of the deadliest U.S. air disaster in nearly 25 years visited the crash site near D.C. today. Meanwhile, federal investigators are working to piece together the events that led to the crash, and recovery crews are working around the clock. In a press conference earlier this afternoon, authorities said they have recovered the remains of 55 of the people. 67 died in the devastating mid-air collision. D.C. Fire and EMS chief said divers are committed to the recovery as they prepare to lift wreckage from the river as early as Monday morning. Captain Patrick Burkett of the U.S. Coast Guard says this has been a hard operation for his crews, saying it's not normal.
So we have multiple crews from all around the Coast Guard that have come here to help out, to make sure that when someone feels like they need to just take some time out to reset, we have the backbench strength to get in there and help them out.
This week, crews will take portions of the aircraft to a hangar for further investigation. New tonight, 5 people are still in the hospital injured from Friday's plane crash. 3 of those people are in critical condition. This is in addition to the 6 people on board and 1 person on the ground who lost their lives. As the investigation into the crash continues, Eva Anderson has an update from city officials.
48 hours after the terrifying plane crash in Northeast Philadelphia, Mayor Sherelle Parker gathered with top city officials to share an update.
The situation is fluid and it is active.
The NTSB has been on site in Philadelphia investigating since Friday.
The 4 crew members have been identified by the flight operator. Take a look at your screen. You can see the names of the crew members involved in the crash. Also on board were a child patient and her mother returning home to Mexico after the child had been treated in Philly. The 6 people on the plane were Mexican nationals. Coming up next, President Trump signed an executive order that would implement tariffs on some of America's biggest trade partners. How this decision could affect the U.S. All right, welcome back, everyone. Today is Wednesday, so it is Pet Talk, and today we're going over ways we can incorporate our pets in art. And you don't have to be an artist to do it today. We've got Roanoke Valley SPCA's Julie Rickman with us, as always. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for having me.
Of
I'm
course.
alone, solo.
I know. So no pet today.
No pet today. Our shelter is still closed. We are still working on those renovations.
Okay.
We've gotten pushed back a little bit because of that cold weather we
Yeah.
have. But we're making progress on the roof renovations and the HVAC renovations. So should have our new HVAC this coming week, hopefully.
Okay.
So fingers crossed. We're still working on things, but it's going to be a few more weeks.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Today we're going to talk about being creative with our pets and kind of creating some lifelong memories with them, and
Absolutely.
that you'd be able to showcase.
Yeah, and while it's been winter, I know it's going to warm up a little bit, but it's supposed to rain, later
It'll get cold
this
again.
week, and it's
Don't
going to
worry
get
about it.
cold. So, yep. So, ways to kind of beat this winter boredom and just really get creative. You can do this anytime, though, with your pet. One of the things I really like to do is paint with pets and create paintings. So I've got some examples. We've got some up front here. These 2 were actually given to me by my friends who adopted a dog from our shelter, and they had their dog create these paintings, and they're a gift. I cherish them. This little girl I had fallen in love with, and she's got a great home now, and so the adopters gave myself and our veterinarian these paintings. Pretty super easy to do, and it's really engaging for you and the pet. And what we know with art, it's very helpful for us humans. It helps calm us down. It helps with depression. And it helps us to be mindful. But it's also just super fun. I did some paintings with my cats, and actually, my ducks actually helped on some of these.
Oh my god!
So really easy to do. You can put a canvas in a plastic bag or sandwich it between a couple paper, wax paper pieces, and then you put a treat on top for the pet. You put little blobs of paint on there, and then you let the pet go to town on top with that treat. So cats, you can use churros. I will say I did this with my cats. My cats from ages of 6 months to 19 years old all participated.
And see, it can be for everyone.
It can be for everybody. Dogs love it with peanut butter. You smear some peanut butter on top of that on the Ziploc bag and have, paint on the canvas. They come in and they lick, and that's what they did, I think, with her. So it's super fun. It's really fun to watch. It's really engaging for both you and your pet.
It's entertaining.
It's very, very entertaining. You can do little small ones. Some of these have, I don't know if you can see them, but they have little paw prints on them. And that's another thing that you can do with your pets is paw print artwork. So you can create your own dough at home, with that salt dough that you can do really easily and inexpensively, or you can get dough from like Amazon or something like that and do paw print art. You can do something like this. I've blown this up. It's as simple as having the paw print and your pet's name and frame it. I love having these around my house for my pets, and they make really great keepsakes after that pet has passed.
That's right.
And this is another example. So this dog had created, they used the dog's paw prints to create some flower artwork. I've seen them do Christmas trees with paw prints. You could really easily do Valentine's with a couple paw prints. Valentine's Day is coming up. It'd be really special if your Valentine comes from your pet.
Hey, great idea.
So fantastic.
Okay, really quick, we only have 30 seconds. You've got a couple of events coming up.
Yes, lots of creative events. We have photos with Valentine pet portraits if you want to participate. It's Saturday, and then Best in Show's coming up March 13th. So lots of creative events that involve pets.
All right, and we're warm right now, but I'm sure some colder weather will filter on in. Some great ideas here, obviously,
fun stuff
to cherish while they are alive, but also to remember them, unfortunately, when they pass too.
Absolutely.
So, all right, thank you so much for coming in
Thanks
today,
for having
Julie.
me.